see. All right, it is live. Okay. So here's how we're going to rock this. Let me explain it. So today is day 3 of the Scale Your Biz Bootcamp, but it's also its own training today. It's all in one. We're going to talk about the 4 pieces you need to scale your business online. So there's 2 parts of this training. The first part is going to be me, and I'm going to do a presentation and share with you those 4 pieces. Then I'm going to this will take about 20 minutes-ish to really share with you the pieces, 20, 25 minutes tops. Then I'm going to bring on camera, because we have a Zoom call going at the same time as a live stream, those people who are VIP, and they can ask me any business questions. So any of you guys who are on the VIP and on the Zoom link, just keep in mind to have some questions ready, because it's way more fun and interactive if you do. And I'll screen share, I can audit your social media, all kinds of things. So part 1, again, is I'm going to live stream, take you through the 4 pieces you need in place to really scale your business online. I'm going to really break it down. And then I'm going to do Q&A and live business coaching. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about what I talked about on today's presentation. It's just this opportunity. So make sure you can submit your questions if you're here on Zoom in the Q&A chat. The chat will be available once we go live and do some video calls here. So let's rock it out. And also, Grace, just total side note as we're getting going, do you also mind messaging all our 7-figure club members and just sending them the link real quick, letting them know they can jump on? So I'm so excited to be here today, and I'm going to first start with an introduction, a little bit more in depth into what I've done for the last 20 years in business to really show you that the systems I create are really proven, time-tested. And then, of course, there's always things in marketing and monetizing online that are changing. So we're going to talk about what's happening now in 2023, and then also some things that are timeless. So let's jump in, shall we? Type the number 2 in the comments if you are ready to rock it out and get going on these 4 pieces. So I'm going to come over here. This is live on there. Let's come to Canva. I'm going to press present and let's go check it out. So again, if you can type the number 3 in the comments, just let me know that you can see me, hear me, and see my screen. So this is the 4 pieces you need to scale to 7 figures in 2023 in part-time hours even, and without paid ads. So to get to, I'd say multi-6 figures, you absolutely can do that without paid ads. A lot of people do find that to get to 7 figures, they might also want to use paid ads. Personally, that's not been one thing that I've done that much. So these are some tactics and techniques that work without that. So let's get going. So on today's presentation, we're going to cover a few different things there's 4 main points, but I want to always give an overview of what online marketing really is and breeze through that. So I would love to know in the comments, which one of these things, number 1, 2, 3, or 4 is an area that you feel like you'd need the most help with. Is it luxury branding? Is it offers? Is it systems to scale? Do you have systems in place to automate leads and sale? Or is it coaching and support? Do you feel like you get stuck? You want encouragement? You want accountability? So I'd love to know in the comments right now if you would put number 1, 2, 3, or 4. And if you need all of them, put them all in there. But yeah, let's do that. You can take a screenshot. That's fantastic. We want to see that. So very cool. Having fun over here, and great job for everybody who is joining and using the Q&A instead of the chat box. Wall chat is disabled until we all go into presentation mode. Good job. Excellent. We're rocking it by day 3 here. A little bit about me. I am CEO of Tiana Smith Coaching. I'm creator of the 7-Figure Club and the Freedom Planner systems. I'm a sales funnel and marketing expert and techie, and I've built thousands of funnels for myself and for clients for over 10 years. I've built websites for 20, and I've done social media marketing for about 16 years since Facebook really started taking off. And people like celebrities in the music business and entertainment business and holistic health business. Actually, I've worked with celebrity naturopaths, people that have been on the show, the doctors. I've helped authors grow their audience, and companies like Warner Brothers and Sony, and a number of other local companies, small business, medium-sized businesses for years. And also, I am a professional singer-songwriter, and over 40 of my songs are licensed in TV and film, and I'm a Sony published songwriter. I currently also still 2 record contracts, one in Nashville, one in Huntsville, Alabama, and Los Angeles. So why I share that is I've done this for a really long time. And there are some really cool specific strategies that work no matter what it is you do. I've helped small business owners scale, I've helped musicians scale. So whatever it is that you do, and I'd love you to put in the comments right now, what do you do? Okay. Now, I am a single mom. However, I'm soon not to be single, soon to be married. And, but for the last 5.5 years, I've been the sole income earner for my children. And now I have 2 dogs, which is an extra cost, as all of you who knows dogs. And I've gotten to travel around the world during these times. And those are post-divorce years, but it was a scary time because I wasn't sure if I really could do this. And I was like, it's either shrink or swim. And I know they say sink, but I hear like shrink, essentially like where you get small to fit in a box. But I don't want to live in a box. I want to live in the free, abundant world that we truly live in. So type the number 1 in the comments if you are also into living into an abundant world. Something that's extremely important to me is being able to travel and live my life in flow. That's not everybody's dream. Some people like to stay put and they like to build these big businesses and corporations. My specialty for myself is being a solopreneur with a small team and being able to work with them, and they're global also, and then us meet up for events so that when I go travel with my children overseas, we're going to Europe this summer. When I've been to London and Portugal and Paris, I've done business in all these places, photo shoots, invested. I've been my own investor for my music business, travels, Nashville, all over. I'm in Texas right now. So if you're also interested in traveling like me and really being able to run a business from your laptop and anywhere in the world, put a number or just say, yeah, travel in the comments, or maybe you want your home base as well. And you want to be able to just travel a few times a year, every quarter with your family or even with your team members. So put travel in the comments if that's something that's really important to you, like it is to me. Like it's so important to me. Flexibility, right? So as I mentioned before, and I mention all this to really share with you, if you don't know me, that this is legit, right? Like there's a lot of people online, just pop-up coaches, somebody who makes $10,000 one month, and now they're teaching people how to make 6 figures. Well, $10,000 is not $100,000, and it's not a consistent base. I'm talking about years and years of being able to do this on the go. I've also been a lead coach underneath Amy Porterfield's program as in the funnel realm. I have worked with these companies and been featured on these, but my heart is my fellow entrepreneur friends, my small business owners, coaches, consultants, just, creative entrepreneurs, those of you wherever you live, that you want the freedom that I've also created and have helped my clients create for years, if that's what you want. I have this proven method. I'm going to break it down for you. So type the number 4 in the comments if you're ready to hear what these 4 pieces are. And if you want to be one of these pictures on here. Okay, so before we go into our 4 pieces of what they look like, and I love that you guys are engaging and having fun on here. And I'd love to know where you want to travel to. So I know we're about to dive into, but whenever I see all these comments and people say, so where would be the first place? Let's say you celebrate your first $30,000 month in business. Where do you want to travel to? With who? Who do you want to go with? And where do you want to go? I want to know. And putting it out there helps it happen. It's crazy how fast it can happen. I do manifesting and money mindset in the group too, in the 7-figure club. We're not even going into that, but I would love to know where you would love to travel to. My next place is that I haven't been to. I would love to go to Switzerland. I'm going to take my son to his dream location in England and my daughter to Paris this summer, but then mommy's going to Switzerland when it's some mom time. Okay, so what does online marketing even mean and what is a funnel? Okay, let's talk about that, okay? So it's okay if you don't know. This is not a place to feel bad. Now, I'm a very honest coach. I just believe honesty and truth is the light, and it's just the way to go. Sometimes the truth hurts, but the truth can help us take full responsibility for ourselves. So one thing before we even get started is make sure all your windows are shut, make sure everything is down. And I really have created space to answer all your questions after this. So I really want you to engage with me here. And I have allotted a lot of time to answer questions after this, but I really want you to be focused. I'm giving you this gift. Some of you have paid $97 for it. Some of you are here for free, but either way, it isn't a sharing of our time together. And this is the only hour that will never be here again. So let's be present. And I really want to help you see the truth about online marketing and what it really takes, and not from a celebrity standpoint. I do want to break it down, having worked with celebrity, not just coaches, but big celebrities. When we're talking about a startup entrepreneur, anyone who has not hit 7 figures yet, you have to hold yourself in a different way. And that's who I'm talking to. Okay, so let's do it. So there are three main income streams and ways to funnel them. Okay. And so really quick, actually, I need to double check because I think that I grabbed my old rendition of this. So just give me one moment. Speaking of tech issues, and I'm going to come up here and go look at that. So in the comments, while you guys are waiting for me to make sure that I am looking at the right one over here, I made a really, really pretty one, and that has to do with that. So I just need to make sure that I'm looking at the right presentation. Maybe the old picture in there is not working. Just give me 1 second. I'm like, that was an old picture. It was not cute. And I really wanted like a pretty one. Okay. So let's go to present and I got it. I found the really pretty one. Are you guys ready for really pretty? This is life when you're the tech expert and you're the presenter. Let's go back. Okay, so let's go here. We're back here. Let's present. This is what online marketing really looks like and where you should start to monetize fast. Who's into monetize? Type monetize. It's a good word. You need to know it. Do you know what it means? It means to make money with your own business online. Monetize. Well, not just online, just in general. Cool. I'm seeing all these awesome places you guys want to go to, by the way. It's Italy, Costa Rica, Spanish immersion. Yes, Costa Rica's on my list. Okay, so let's talk about the online season. This one's so much prettier. I was like, where is my upgraded graphic? I know I fixed that one. I found it. Okay, there are three main online income streams and how to funnel them. So that's really what we're going to talk about, okay? So I really want to break this down. People get it really twisted between your offers, like a paid offer, the thing that you're selling, whether it's a physical thing or a digital thing, it's still a paid offer, okay? So you are welcome to screenshot this. It is very useful. Just always give me credit if you share anywhere, of course. So paid offers, okay. But you and your brand is at the top. This is the thing people mess up with. So sometimes people hire me to brand a product. So for example, one of my clients I know is on here and he's branding, will you put it in here, what it is Daniel, that you're selling? I was going to say Brian because it's your last name. Daniel, will you put the name of your thing? I think it's Screen Repair Academy is what we're building. So, but we're also branding him because the Screen Repair Academy is like a high ticket program. But that also can have its own brand. Like, so I brand the 7-Figure Club, but the 7-Figure Club is underneath Tiana. I have a Freedom Planner. That's a low ticket item. It's about $50 to $100, depending on how many they buy. That also has its own logo, but it's not me, Tiana. My name is Tiana and I'm the owner, the CEO of those companies. Now those companies are potentially available for purchase one day. And by growing my email list, it makes an asset of those companies, of those programs. Do you see what I mean? So I have Tiana Smith Coaching and I have an LLC up here. We're not going to go into the whole LLC, DBA, proprietor stuff. We're not doing that. But what I'm saying is you are your brand and there's a few things you always need to have. You need to have paid offers. But do not confuse your paid offers. Paid offers could also be affiliate income. Like if I was to draw another box over here, I could say affiliate income. Let's say you make money from referring something in network marketing, but that is again, that's usually a lower ticket item because you're usually not making more than $100 on that referral, maybe mid-level. But for you and your brand and programs and services you sell, that is under you. So please, everybody put it in the top. Like I am my brand, I am at the top. This is why if I was going to list, like, let's just say the Kardashians, it's just a great example because we all know who they are. If I was going to say Kim Kardashian, okay, then I'd say this is Kim Kardashian. One of her offers, like one way they make money, the marketing is TV. That's just the marketing. They probably TV show might pay them, but what's happening is it boosts them in the marketplace. So then they can sell all these other things, makeup. And every piece of makeup is its own offer. It could be lipstick. It could be this. It could be that. I don't know what other things. I've seen J.Lo ads for skincare. So J.Lo up here at the top, that is who she is. We know she's like this, like, awesome hip hop dancer, singer, lady. So one stream of income would be songs. One stream of income would be dancing. One stream of income would be movies. But how do we hear about her? TV, film, social media, ads. You see what I'm saying? When people go on Jimmy Fallon, when people go on these shows, they are marketing, but that's not their income stream. Even them appearing on TV is not their income stream. That's still their marketing. And this is where I use celebrities because we know who these people are. And you need to to understand the difference. So type the number one in the comments as if this is helping you out. You're like, okay, the things I sell, but people only buy from you. This is so important. Let's talk about this. This is so, so, so important. Let me go back a page. If they know you, like you, and trust you in some regards, it doesn't mean they trust you with their firstborn. It means they trust you enough. If you tell them about a makeup thing, they're like, I like the way she does makeup, so I'm going to trust her when she refers this Urban Decay eyeshadow. You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean. So we might not trust, a Kardashian to raise our children, but we will trust them. They're like, dude, their makeup is on point. What makeup are they selling? I do like all the Kardashians makeup lines. So you get to choose the levels of trust, and you don't need to be like triggered by people. Just see it for what it is. Let's say it's Tony Robbins up here. One of his programs is Unleash the Power Within. I'd say that's a mid-level. I think people charge $300, $400, $500 for a ticket, but he's got high ticket programs where you have to buy, you can go business mastery. It's $10,000. There's also one-to-one with him is probably multi-millions a year. What's that McGregor fighter hires him. But the thing is that even Tony Robbins, if you go to his website, he has a free offer funnel. Okay. He also has a sales qualification funnel. I know, because I've gone through their funnels because I funnel hack, and somebody, not him, is going to talk to you on a sales call to see which program, you're going to go into. This right here is literally the map to the online space. If I can break it down for you. Marketing is how people find out who you are. Paid offers is the things that you're selling yourself to make money that goes to your brand. But people do not buy from you. Money, 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 money. This is the part that almost everybody is missing and not really utilizing the way they should, especially startups. You're like overlooking this. This right here, this is my education moment. Screenshot this. Your email list as an online entrepreneur is your number one business asset. Your email list is your number one business asset. I'm going to say it again. Your email list, you should be typing this up. My email list is my number one business asset. Do you realize you could sell your email list when you're ready to sell your business? And then that program, whether it was my 7-figure club or my freedom planner, they will ask me, how big is your email list? I have been pitched by TV shows as well as major book publishers for 6-7-figure deals. And they're like, we're super interested in you. We think your brand is great. You need 80,000 people on your email list for us to offer you a 6 or 7-figure deal. I don't have 80,000 people on my email list yet, so I'm working on it. Do you see what I mean? So when I'm telling you the real deal stuff, I'm telling you the behind the scenes stuff. A lot of people don't want to tell it to you because they want to say, well, just buy this Instagram course and you'll make the money. Just buy this little tiny piece. No, I like to work with people on the whole overview. That's why my programs cost a certain amount of money. That's why the done for you work costs, because we're actually going to get you a full business in place. It's the difference between hiring a sign man to put the sign above your business and hiring somebody to open your entire business, have the whole playbook for you, and help you drive traffic to it. Do you see the difference? That's why my costs are different. Okay. Because I want to help you do all of it, because I've spent my entire life doing all of this for other people and myself, and it works. And I have something that works. So let's jump in. Type the number 3 in the comments, or type a takeaway right now if this is hitting for you. If you're just like, okay, I'm starting to see this is a bigger picture thing and I need to also do it in a specific order. So let's go on. So let's talk about luxury branding. Type the number 1 in the comments if you're ready to know why luxury branding really matters. I really touched on this for a few minutes earlier this week. We didn't dive in. I didn't do a full 5-day boot camp, because really, here's the deal. When you look at these brands, what you think of. If I think of Walmart, I'm honest, I just get stressed out. It is one of my goals to never go into Walmart or Ross again. I'm just being honest. I'm not snobby about it. I'd rather go to Target, or I'd rather Amazon Prime it, or just have Instacart deliver something to my door. I don't like to deal with that experience. Okay. But if I go into Lululemon, I love to feel what their leggings feel like on my body. And so I want to buy from them. When I even walk by a Louis Vuitton store, a Gucci, actually later today, I'm going to my hair salon, which is in this area that has all these right there. Notice also, by the way, if you're being aware in life, that all these kinds of stores are typically by each other. You'll see these intermingled, like in Texas, there's this area by the Dallas airport, and we went and got out to go to an Apple store. I needed some new earbuds, and all these stores were right around each other. That's the day we got our purple mattress, which is amazing. So over here, same thing. Aren't TJ Maxx right beside, a lot of times even a Target. Target's like one of those things though. It's like stop, drop, it's Target, like let's go. But, and even these are good companies. They have great brands. We have brand awareness. We know who they are. It's not saying they're not great companies and have amazing business. It's saying, what experience do you want? And what experience do you want to give your people? That's what I'm saying. What experience do you want to give your people? Understand this is a high level concierge service over here, and you're going to have to up level your branding, how you look, how you dress, how you speak to do this. This, you could probably still do that. And over here, it's fine. But if you were talking online marketing, this is more like something under $100. This is something around the $1,000, $2,500. This is that 5K, 10K, 20K, 100K premium stuff, right? We know this. And guess what? People around the world have enough money to do this. So any lies that you've been told or believe yourself that people just don't have the money for your programs, that is a lie in their own money mindset, because we know that people are buying these bags and they could just buy a bag from Target, but they want the experience. So what kind of experience can you give people? Now I'm going to breeze through these ones, and I want to ask you, how do these pictures make you feel? Put some comments in here. How do these pictures make you feel? For any of you men on here, we got some guys on here, pretend it's you, or this is your wife or your honey bunny. But like, even if it's just you walking in Paris, or if you're in Hawaii or a tropical location, you're able to fly first class, have the luxury of, sleeping in a bed on a plane. What does that make you feel like? I want to hear the words. Let's put them in the comments, right? Where are these words? And so, yeah, I think that it's so important to just make sure that you are also providing the kind of words and the feelings and the vibe that you want from other people to help them feel that. Let me focus here. I had to block a spammer coming in. So give me a second. What I'm saying is, we want to help other people feel the way you want to feel. It's the golden rule, right? Like, do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. Well, look, if you want this kind of experience, so put the words in the comments. What would it feel like to lay down on a plane going to Europe, right? Or wherever you want to go, Costa Rica. How about this beautiful location and knowing that you've got 100K in the bank, even you don't even have to check the price of the drink or of the food. You don't have to, you can buy the clothes, the shoes, you can travel in luxury. What would that feel like to you? And that's what we want to be experiencing. And the other side of the spectrum is this, how about over here? What is it that you feel when you see these pictures? This one on the left just so stresses me out. It reminds me of the first time I went through customs when I came back from Paris, and it was just packed, and I was in line for 3 to 4 hours. And I was just like, what in the world? And I was like, well, how do I get myself out of this? And sometimes we have to stand in line, but if we don't have to stand in line, if we could pay our way out of it, let's do it. Not in a bad way. You know what I mean? Like the TSA pre-approved way. And then Netflix, man, I love Netflix. It's great. Amazon Prime, but not if it's your everyday life. We were meant for so much more than just working all day and watching Netflix at night. That's not what we were made for. Yes, here and there, or for 1 hour max, but this whole where our lives are being lived in front of screens is not healthy. And then a motel compared to the last page, let's be honest. If we go over here and we see this and then we see this, which one do you want to be in? Come on, we're just human here. Let's go. So again, how do you want your brand to make people feel? And that's what the typography does. That's what, before they even know you, what you need to know is there's an essence of you that is coming through the screen. And it's the only way they're going to know who you are is through your pictures, through your videos, and through your fonts and the way you show up. So before they meet you in person, before they do a Zoom call with you, even, that's what they're seeing. These are my personal photos from my website and personal photos I took in Paris and different places around the world. So I'd love to know, how do you want your people to feel when they see your brand on a Facebook header? I personally want people to feel like it's a breath of fresh air. They actually want to stay and play with me. They're like, who's Tiana? And this is cool. This is interesting. This is inspirational. Okay. So those are just some things to get really specific about. And the truth is this, you only have 2 seconds to grab a stranger's attention. So looks matter, play to win. 2 seconds, type 2 in the comments, 2 in the comments, 2 in the comments. Looks matter, play to win. Okay, do I have any questions about any of this, by the way? We know branding is important. We know all this is really important. I'm going to take you through the 3 offers really fast that you need, and I'm going to take your questions. So if you do have any questions about any of this, you can start to ask it here, and you can start to feel into this for you. Okay, so let's finish this up. There are 3 offers that will take a prospect from cold to sold. There's the free offer, okay? And you can screenshot this. I'm going to breeze right through because I really want to take your questions today. And I can talk to you about auditing your own online presence, all that. A free offer is something you give in exchange for their information. Like you guys signed up for this Biz Boot Camp, that's a free offer, but that's like a free workshop. This is an evergreen offer. It doesn't require any of your live time. It's something you build. Me and my team build this for our clients, and it's in place. They get you get their name and email, and they get the gift. And then you start to educate them and connect with them to up the know, like, and trust factor. Okay. Number 2 offer and funnel is a low mid-level ticket offer. That's something that's like $7 up to $9.97. Like anything under $1,000 is considered a low mid-level ticket offer. Again, this could be even affiliate income. This could be if you're promoting something else, but whatever it is, whether it's your own course, whether it's connecting with somebody else's course, people aren't going to buy anything from you unless they know you, like you, trust you. And that's what all the other things we're talking about build up to. This could be things like books, courses, group coaching. It could be an in-person event, an online event, all kinds of things. There's a combo. Okay. Now, a high ticket VIP ticket offer, which we really went in depth on on day 1 on this program, but this is something that's a high level mastery course or a certification program, a group coaching membership, or one-to-one services coaching program. It could also be higher level close, for example. It's just anything that's above $1,000. Typically, it's between $2,500 to $10,000. And it could be a one-to-one program. It could be, again, certification, all these things. So that's just to help you start to think, okay, well, what could mine be? And just side note, ping, ping, is a little ding, ding, dong, dong, is to write down your low ticket, mid-level, high ticket offers. Okay. And these are things, again, I help our clients do. So the last point of this is we're going to take those 3 offers, and there are funnels that you need to automate this. And there's a reason why it works. Okay. So this is a screenshot of one of my best converting landing pages. This is an evergreen, meaning like you're getting this marketing cheat sheet for free. You want to always provide a screenshot of what you're offering, a title. This is 80%, by the way, of your conversion is your title. You need bullet points of what they're getting, and you need that call to action to be above the fold. This is really, really important. When people are like, this isn't converting for me, these are the 4 pieces you really need on any evergreen landing page. And most people just don't have it. So this is very important. So type the number 1 in the comments if you're getting it. You're like, okay, I need a really good free offer. And again, this is not a free offer to somebody else's thing. This is your thing. You need to create this thing. Take the time to do it. Do not throw in the towel. I help my clients SEO research, Google it, figure out what people are really looking for in your niche. Okay. Number 2 is the high ticket qualification funnel. Any of you sell high ticket, put a number 2 in the comments. If you sell high ticket, want to sell high ticket, 2 in the comments, right? High ticket. I love these words coming through, by the way. Hawaii, relax, happy, and encouragement. A crowded room is stressful. Yes, I'm going to come back through all these. So we're almost to Q&A. A high ticket qualification funnel is one of my highest converting ever funnels. I like to combine it even with courses and higher level premium courses. It's an automated way to qualify new leads to make sure you know they're serious and that they actually have the money to invest. Same way, friends, that somebody would fill out a form when you go to a car dealership website, to a real estate website. You got to know if they're actually qualified. Otherwise, what is the point? Especially if you're charging 5, 10K, 15, 20K, like you got to know if they can financially handle this. So it's a page with a clear call to action. Number 2 in the comments, if you're into this, it tells exactly what you do and who you serve, has a video. And at the bottom, if you kept scrolling, it includes testimonials, case study, clear calls to action. And look, any of you who are just starting out, what we usually do for people who are starting out, we create the whole thing for them. We hide the part with testimonials until they get a couple testimonials, and then we bring that part back. But even by positioning yourself this way in the very beginning, you you make more money. I don't know why people say I'm going to wait to do something. That's so silly to me. Like if you had a dream to open a business, you have to go all in on yourself. There's this whole mentality that I totally disagree with in the online world. That's like, I'm just going to like build this tiny, like, yeah, start where you're at. Yes, that's always great. But you got to figure out how to make it look good, my friends, or it will not convert. And then you'll think you're failing. And it's not that you don't have something great to offer. It's that it looks crappy. And if it looks bad, nobody wants to pay high ticket. So you're not going to get to sell high ticket if it looks low ticket. Let's just be honest. If you go into Ross and you saw that like Guess Jeans tag, you're expecting it to be $15. If you go into Guess Jeans, you're going to expect it and be willing to pay $80 to $100. So it's up to you, my friends. If you want to have a storefront, which is your online space, Facebook, YouTube testimonials, all like landing pages, that's your space. This is just me being honest with you about what this is like. And the cool thing is I have a solution, right? So that's the cool part. Okay, last, and then a part of the funnel is also a qualification quiz, because this is where you're going to give them a long form qualification quiz and really see where they're at. Okay, this is essential. Last one, everybody ready? Type the number 3 in the comments, and then I'm gonna take you on camera and be ready to ask questions, because we need to have some fun with this, and it's gonna be more fun if you guys all engage. Is the automated sales funnel, okay? And for me, I have a 7-part funnel. I know it's a lot, but it just works. So a part of this, when you guys said at the beginning, do you remember real quick? Let me bring your mind back. You said you wanted to travel the world and have flexibility, just like me. And in order to do that means you need to have an automated way to bring in leads, automated while you're sleeping, while you're traveling, and an automated way to qualify them. So even if you do get on a sales call or an automated sale, it's working. If it doesn't work, you're not going to have that freedom. Okay. So what I'm sharing with you is the steps needed to have the freedom. So this is a super exciting funnel because every piece of it is automated. Certain high ticket things, you're going to have to just get on a sales call, but certain higher ticket things, if you've done a live boot camp, or let's say you have a salesperson for you, it's just going and it's so fun. So this is a really fun funnel. So let's be clear before we take Q&A. I really want to encourage you to take a screenshot or to type this up, put it in the comments. Transformation is greater than information. People think they have to create all these huge courses and all these huge things. No, you need to give people the steps needed to have the actual transformation. Like on day 1, 2, when I said to circle your knowledge, another circle their problems, there's a little circle in between that's like, what is the part that they're willing to pay the highest for the highest transformation? People want to speed up their results. Fast track to success is real. Okay, like, so I could say, cool, why don't you go work with that other VA who doesn't really know what they're doing and it's, $10 an hour. Cool, go do that. You're not going to get the success that you'd working with me. Will it be 10,000, 20,000 with me? Absolutely. Will you make $100,000 way faster? 100%. So like you can keep spinning your wheels, paying people little bits of money who don't know what they're doing. The truth is people that know what they're doing charge what they know they deserve because it's in the marketplace. If you know how to help people make $1 million, you deserve to be paid more for that. If you know how to help people like the screen repair business make their first 6 figures in just 6 to 8 weeks, you deserve to be paid for that. Because, and then if you can help people have a body transformation, a mind transformation in a year, you deserve to be paid for that. This is not just business to business, it's business to consumer. And people are willing to pay for transformation and for experience. Why is Tesla popular? It's an experience. Why do people pay $20, $30, $40, $50,000 of their savings to travel for 2 weeks? Because it's an experience, it's a memory. And in business, even business to business, one of my goals is an experience, it's transformation. So it's not just getting things up. It's like, how do you feel working with me? Do you feel empowered about your life? Do you also feel like you can go and tackle other parts of your life? That's what people are willing to pay for. That's what people are willing to show up for. And you have the opportunity to be this for other people. So here's what I'm doing today, and then I'm going to take questions. I want to also encourage you in this area. Every great athlete, coach, or musician has had a coach or a teacher guiding them and rooting for them. We know that Michael Jordan, one of our greatest athletes, if not the greatest of all time in all the history so far, there's tons of so many good athletes. He's one of the greatest, gives a ton of his props to his coach. We all need somebody, when you're pouring out, when you're a leader, and I work with leaders, you need somebody else rooting for you, cheering for you, and helping you get there. And that's my specialty. Okay, so you can go to scalewithtiana.com and apply right now for a call. I have an incredible deal that I have hooked up with you guys for today only. For the first 2 people, I'm actually giving a $5,000 scholarship for the first 2. And then everyone who's gone through the Scale Your Biz Bootcamp gets a $3,000 scholarship off my one-to-one or my group coaching program. So go to scalewithtiana.com. And now I'm ready to take questions. And then, of course, if any of you are interested watching this live or on the questions, have questions about the program, you can ask me, but I'm here to answer your questions about business, about coaching you, and let's get started. So I'm going to move everybody over to panelists and then co-host. You can, of course, decline it if you do not want to do that. So just give me a moment to do that. And I would love to help answer any questions you have about business, about growing your business, about anything that we talked about. And now I'm going to make you guys co-hosts, and then we'll see if anybody wants to talk, be on camera. And if not, that's okay too. But let's see, make co-host, see if Grace is here. Grace will always come on camera with me. We're going to do our fun thing. Let me see if I got everybody. Let's see. Make co-host. Make co-host. Grace, are you good to get on camera or talk? Hey. I'm like, hey, Daniel, yeah, more people. Like, I don't love looking at myself for an hour. Please don't make me. Please talk to me. Okay, cool. It's so good to see you guys. I see Ben and Renee too. So if Ben and Renee, if you guys want to just ask your questions also, but I'll take it in order. So Grace, how are you doing? Is it all coming through okay? And then I'll start to take some questions.
Everything's coming through really well. This is probably I've been with you for 2 or 3 boot camps, and this session is always my favorite. I love it on branding. So it's coming through well for me.
Yay. Awesome. Grace is I'm part of our 7-figure club team and community management, some funnel building and Canva designs, and just all around great person. So she's someone you get to have fun with when you join our club, which Daniel's in our club already. So is Renee. We've got some 7-figure club members in here. So yeah, Daniel, you look like you're unmuted. Are you ready for some questions?
Yeah, sorry, I'm declining a call
That's
from
okay.
someone else.
This is what business
So here's one of my questions is how do I start to, okay, so I am, like I shared that I'm building a business where I'm switching from, I currently run a repair company on my home, and I'm switching to start coaching people how to run repair companies. I've been implementing some of the systems that you've taught me about posting regularly, adding leads on Facebook. What are some of the ways I can really intentionally, because a lot of people see me as like I'm a pastor, I'm a business owner, but I'm trying to reframe how people see me. And I think part of the way that people are slowly changing how they see me is that I'm posting 3 times a day. What are some other ways that I can, so I guess part of it is I need to work on my branding across the board on all my social, and that's one thing you're helping me with. But what are some things I can be thinking about in terms of how I'm posting to really start getting people to more think of me as like whatever Stu McLaren posts online, he always adds so much value to people's lives. And so what are some things I can be thinking of to really be like, okay, Daniel's the guy that's adding value, and I want to think of him as a coach?
Yeah, that's such a great question. So number one, because you are my client, so if you weren't my client, I would answer this a little bit different about the branding. One, I would say I'm going to help you because we haven't done the full branding session. Daniel just started with me. We're going to get the logo done for you. And then we're also going to do the logo for your Screen Repair Academy. Daniel has his own IT. They fix everything in, you're in Ohio, right?
Indiana.
And but he also is teaching an online, essentially it'll move into a certification program. He knows how to help people create a side hustle with screen repair business very quickly with super low overhead and get them to 6 figures in just weeks. It's an incredible business opportunity. So if anybody, you guys should reach out to Daniel for sure. It's Daniel Bryan. I'm into cross promoting. I just believe like there's more than enough people. So one is if since you're my client, I can easily answer it and say, we still have to do your branding session. We need to get the fonts. I will show you what that would look like, and I will show you that. The second point is I'm going to audit you right now because you asked me. Do you mind me auditing you? Because that's
That's
really the
fine.
best
Yes.
way for me. And what I'm going to do, I love that you gave an example. This is one of the best tips. I'm going to talk about this before I screen share with you. Is when I was building my business. So a lot of people don't realize when I worked with, hey Ben, when I worked with other companies, is I have posted for like multiple companies at once, 10 times a day. I was crazy. I was only charging them like, it was crazy. So when I say I have a lot of experience, I have a lot of experience. I was posting for, let me give you an idea. And the reason is I know how to do market research no matter what it is. One company was like Warner Brothers Music and their celebrities. At the same time, a holistic health coach who was on television and an author and a famous holistic health coach. Another one, all at the same time, was 9/11, an emergency supply warehouse that was definitely into doomsday prep. I was posting 10 times a day for each of those people all at the same time, and I had no team members. So what I'm about to share with you is when I tell people for your own company, you can post 3 times a day. Yes, you. And I had just had a newborn baby and had a 3-year-old. So let me tell you guys that I have a system for posting and also market research. So, hey, Renee, it's so good to see you. Nice background. You look beautiful. Hi, Ben. So it's so good to have you guys on here. So we're going to dive in deep. This is such a great question. So number one, before I screen share, because I'm about to go crazy on a screen share, you know how I am. I'm going to try and keep it calm, is have a list of your top 3 people who are competitors or just people you really love the way they post. So the fact you said Stu McLaren, I'm going to show you what I used to do with those companies. So what I used to do and what I do now, it's just easy to do it for one, but I want to give you guys this example is like, let's say it was the Warner Brother one. I would go grab 3 celebrities that were posting better than the client I was working with and look at them for examples. When it was the 9/11, like it was called like 911 essentially, supply company, I would then go find companies. It didn't matter where they were located because their posts are the same. And I would find things that I was like, oh, they're posting about this because that was an area I wasn't super knowledgeable with. I'm super knowledgeable with it after a year posting. And then when I'm like really good, I'm like, I got this. And then the other lady, a holistic health coach, I was always into holistic health stuff, but she would send me articles. She gave me a listing of people. So I would go find these holistic health companies. I was doing market research daily because I didn't want to post something that was just made up. I've always believed in researching, always giving credit. So if you love somebody, so my challenge to everybody listening is to list at least 3 people that you really respect the way they post on social media. I will tell you 3 of my personal favorites. I like the Hormozis, Alex and his wife Layla, or Leela, however she says it, Hormozi. I love Sabri Subi's YouTube videos. His Instagram don't appeal to me as much, but his YouTube videos. I love Kat Colroy, which is Coroy. Her branding on Instagram is what I am inspired by, which I do for my clients. Even though it's feminine, I know how to make things masculine. Her consistent branding look is just bar none though. Like she's done branding for a bunch of people. Those are 3 examples of mine. So you mentioned Stu McLaren. So what I would do, let's pretend like your branding was already on point. We've got your awesome logo and all that. That'll be done in the next week or so for you. But let's talk about, you can change up your posting style immediately. Okay. So now I'm going to go A/B test. Well, A/B, not test. I'm going to have your stuff open in one window. I'm going to go check out Stu's and I'm going to show you how you can do that. And before I do that, I want to answer your other question. How do you post in such a way like you are a pastor, but you're also the business? I would say this, if you're mostly using social media, like the church gig is, it sounds terrible to say it that way, but I'm just going to say it that way. My dad is a preacher. So like, I get the scene. I would say, like you're on a thing with them and that's a part of your ethics and your morality and your character, right? So that is going to absolutely affect just everything you do. But as far as if you're using social media to bring in clients to the Screen Repair Academy and to your other business, that's your primary focus. Sprinkle in your personal life of the preacher stuff there. And quite frankly, if anybody is offended that their preacher is making a side hustle money, they can take that up with you. That's their personal issue. And really, they shouldn't have a problem because God is a God of abundance. I don't want to get up on a preaching thing right now, but I can tell you that's true. And I can give lots of examples why. So if anybody in a church setting has a problem with us being abundant, that's on them. And that's their own triggers. There's like a gnat. This is the issue with plants in the house. Anyway, there's that. So what I would say is really focus more on building your online audience, but you will also attract people who will trust you more because of that character, because of your family life, because you are a pastor. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool. Does that help? So now let's visually go check it out. Let me share my screen and then we're going to go do that. Okay, so let's go here. And then again, I'm like all these things that were open. Awesome. Okay, where did the group? I think it's because this thing has this here. So let's go on to Facebook. Let's go over here. And I'm going to go find you. So to clarify for everybody, I do 100% use my Facebook profile, not exactly the same way as my business page, but yes, I actually don't believe in having like a personal profile. Like if I'm online, I'm in business, just so everybody knows. If you know me as a personal friend or you're a client, you have my cell number. I am not concerned about any friends or whoever. And if anybody ever gives me negative feedback on my profile, like you post too much about business, I'm like, cool, then you can like text me and we can meet for coffee, but you're probably not my friend anymore if you have a problem with me making money online to support my children. So I'm just really direct about this. To me, if they're not paying my bills or raising my children, they have zero input to do with how I run my business. Okay, so that's how I hold myself online. Okay, this is a business profile. This is a business page. I'm going to go to both. Okay, to share with you, but I'm really going to just share with you that I'm going to post the same content on both. Most of my feedback and sales comes from my profile compared to my page. So for you, Daniel, yes, post on the page, but the reason that profiles work even better is because there's algorithms on Facebook, and when you're a friend, like an actual friend, like you have to add them as a friend, not just follow them. Like over here you can just like it, right? It's like Instagram is public. Profiles, I set it to public, but it is, you have to add as a friend, you have to connect. Because of that, if you're marketing and growing your network on Facebook and Facebook groups, then you have to be their friends, not just like the page. So Facebook profiles, what people get this wrong, you need a page. The page, Facebook is the metaverse, and it owns WhatsApp and Instagram. And to run the ads, if you want to do paid ads, you need the business page. But from organic traffic and referrals and Facebook group networking, this profile needs to be on point, and it needs to be held in such a way. So by having your header here, whatever we change it to will really help, Daniel. So what we're going to create, if I was going to do it even in the moment, and in fact, I can. So let me go do something really quick. So if I was going to go here, is everybody, I'm just going to be in flow. And if anybody has any questions, this relates to everybody. So let's see, the pixels is 828. I know it by heart for Facebook. Now I do put people's brand kits in Canva, but I design in Adobe Illustrator because it's just more, when you're a professional designer, it's just easier. So just to show, like, Daniel, I always do this with your name because it's like two first names. Okay. Let's go here, and I'm going to just create a really quick logo for you. We haven't done this yet, but I would say based on like, where was I with? I think it was actually Pedro Day. I liked his logo. Let's say you did something like this. This is too, I'm going to go down the rabbit hole of fonts really fast. Let me just find something really simple. But the reason I like to do this in the moment is I think people overthink everything and they become these ultimate procrastinators, and it's just so unnecessary. Daniel, what's two of your favorite colors?
I like blue and red.
Okay, we're not going to put those together, but I'll choose one of them. I'm like, no, we need like, so let's say we did something like that. I want a different font. A popular thing for mail logos, like your name logos, is like doing a similar font or doing one like bold and then one like, so see, this is bold. So if we wanted like Brian less bold, let's make that like regular. Okay, so this, I'm just going to take this for a minute. Are you okay with that color of blue?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so let's say we did something like this. Okay, and then we're going to say, what do you do exactly? So you are a IT repair shop and a screen repair academy, creator of the Screen Repair Academy. I would say something like that. And then we're going to take, this is just like a basic, like something like this. like, let's see. Something like that. Mickey promise.
You call what you named my business was Screen Repair Business Academy.
Thank you so much.
I'm just reminding you of what former
I
Tiana
so
said. So you
appreciate
did
it
that.
because we're right here in the moment. And yeah, I would say, and then I might do something like this and bold this one just to make it like something like this. This is what this is like, because I'm in the moment, I'm not taking this. So I would want this to be, and then we'd have like your picture. So all of a sudden, if you put this on your header, and then we would take these fonts, Century Gothic Pro, and things you're doing, and then we're going to put that over here in Canva, for example. Okay. So let me come here and let's go to like Stu McLaren. But do you see how clear this is now? So in your sprinkled in your thing is going to be like, oh, this is a picture of me and my family at church today. This was the message. You get to share all that, as you've seen over on my profile, right? Like if we come, let's come back to my profile. I share bits about my life, right? So I'll give you an example. So this is like super value based. It's the video, right? Over here, business, this is like personal, but like, you know, also, by the way, this was so adorable. Me and Eli matched on accident yesterday. And then I got a matching outfit with one of my new friends, and she will be a client that I met at a business thing. So it was a twinning day. This is just like behind the scenes on my branding. Once again, just like I talked about at the beginning. So the things that are important to you, Daniel, or to any of you on here, you want to sprinkle that in, but then I'm going to be talking about, I was on this business call, right? So Daniel, you can even take a picture like I was fixing this phone today. I have this new company coming out. You can even video it real quick, speed it up. Like there's so many cool ways. But if the header says what you do, right? My normal header, let's go back to it because this is because I was advertising the boot camp. Let's go to a normal one. Luxury branding, cash injection coaching done for you, ClickFunnels, right? With a whole vibe of a little European vibe. Okay, so this is giving the portrayal. This is my name, giving a call to action to message me, and then letting people know what I do. So if those keywords like luxury, branding, cash injection, ClickFunnels, those are these keywords that people are like, I need it, I want it. And that's why I put those words on the top of my header. So that number one, it does make a difference. The second place over here, and then I'm going to go audit your page, is telling people what you do here. Now, sometimes I change this to say what it is I'm advertising, but typically it says something like, I help coaches and course creators scale to 7 figures using online marketing or using funnels, right? It's just, again, keywords who I'm talking to. So if you don't have that, that should also be here. Everybody on here on your bio. Same thing on Instagram. So I'm giving you an audit, and then I'm going to go audit your thing and give you some examples. We'll go to Stu McLaren as well. Just give me a minute. Okay, same thing up here. I just want to show the consistency. Tiana Smith Coaching, 7-figure club, helping coaches and course creators scale. Lux Branding, done for you funnels. Free boot camp. This is a free offer. So everywhere that you're finding me, and it's not just marketing, there's inspiration, there's quotes. Let's go check out Stu McLaren real quick. Let's go, Stu. Okay, any questions? Are you following with me, Daniel, and anybody else?
Yeah.
All right. So same thing on him, always a selfie, just so everybody knows, a selfie, an upfront picture, like smiling face as human beings, a smile with your eyes showing, really no hats, no sunglasses, no, smile, eyes showing. That is what people are going to connect with. Now, what he's doing is he's saying what he's done, get my free guide. Notice a thing here. This is then he's giving multiple things for a free offer. Personally, I don't believe in doing this. This is a celebrity status one. I actually have seen much better results when you just have one free offer. That's why I don't do it this way. Okay. Just so everybody knows, it's actually, so people, you'll see them do it different ways. He has more followers than me. However, it doesn't mean it's always converting. I've been on behind the scenes on things. Okay. So over here though, which one of his posts do you like, Daniel?
I don't love any of the things here.
Okay,
But
let's take
I
a
do know, like
screenshot.
the hot sauce one. Well, the reality is, I know the hot sauce one because I know is whenever I get on a thing with him, I'm always like, man, I got tons of value out of that.
That's
So
awesome.
the secret sauce, that one
You like
speaks to
this
me.
one?
So
Okay, so I'll come here. And so he's doing a level of branding that, like, it would bother me aesthetically for me to look at it, but it's more like, here's your post. So there's two different trains of thought with people's social media. His is not that branded. He's using all kinds of different fonts, all kinds of different colors, but it doesn't mean that he's not bringing value. Obviously he is. As a branding expert, I would do it a little different, but he's awesome. And I've taken his stuff as well. And he's very connected with Amy Porterfield, right? So let's say that you were doing this one. Let's click on it. He's essentially saying, okay, here's the secret sauce. You can copy this kind of stuff, just so you know. So a way to do this kind of thing would be to like copy a post, make it your own. So, I learned this from Copywriting 101. It looks a lot smaller here. So if you were going to do a post like this, well, now we've got your branding, right? So let's say you put like this brand thing in the bottom, Daniel Bryan, right? And even had like screenrepairbusinessacademy.com. Like, let's say we took this, and this was like your watermark. Have you bought screenrepairbusinessacademy.com?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So let's say that this was like your watermark. And we do something like this, and you put it on the bottom of like most of your pictures, right? Because still you're branding you, but what you're really wanting to sell on that is that. You see what I mean? You could also just brand danielbryan.com or danielbryanitconsulting.com, and we could do that too. So like the option with that would be, because if they're going to learn about the Screen Repair Business Academy, so you can make a couple, right?
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
what
I
would-
also own thedanielbryan.com.
Okay, so let's say
Or
it was
Dan-
that, because then on like your website, so like mine, for example, the reason for the differences here would be like, okay,
Yeah.
we've got tianasmithcoaching.com. Well, if you go to my shop though, you can buy my different things, right? And so on mine, I'm selling Freedom Planner, or if they went here and they're like, okay, services, okay, I can apply to work with Tiana. So when it's your website, they can choose all the choices, but you can also intermingle, Screen Repair Business Academy and talk about it. But let's say that on the bottom of all your stuff, you said it was the danielbryan.com.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to go like this. This would be a nice watermark. And then whenever I make watermarks, I also always do them like, I'm just going to show you, just because people don't really think about all these things so much. It's really important to also have the light version of everything, because it also, see if the picture is dark, but if the picture is light, you want the black. But if the picture is dark, you need the white. So you see what I mean? So let's pretend like it was his thing. So I'm just gonna, so what I do, and this is where you're really taking the time to do it. Now, this is just like really diving in with this, which I'm gonna do because that's why you showed up to do this. But this is what I do when I see something I really like, right? So I take this, he put his face on it. Now, this is super fancy. You could do it a little bit different. The nice part with Canva is we can create things like this, right? So the secret sauce to a highly effective list builder. He can't copyright that. You literally could say the secret sauce to growing a Screen Repair Business Academy, like to growing a side hustle in 6 easy steps. And you could tell them about the Screen Repair Academy. We could put your face on here and register now. And you could even use different colors. Does that make sense? So if I was doing it and I was using your branded colors, I would just recreate an image. Now there are certain things people can copyright, but I think like people don't always realize like you don't have to, certain things you just can't copyright. So we can use these ideas. You're like, that's a clever idea. Let's use it. And then you can just change it to say what you need it to say. And so this would be your stuff. This would be your color. And then we could put your face on there. You with me? Then you can come over here and you can write down, you could say, I've been working on my process with this, and I finally got it to place that I'm excited to share this with you. And you literally can like change it enough that it's not copying, but that you're taking the system framework of somebody who's been in business longer. Does that help? So like anytime you see something you love, I mean, I've done this over and over again. Like if I go into Canva, and I grabbed a picture of you. So like, literally I'll create a design. I'll come over here to, and just for everybody to know though, I mean, this is why it's nice to have like, let me see, let me go grab Instagram. Where's Instagram at? Instagram. So Canva is a tool that's awesome. It does still require some skill. It just does. But, you can grab, do you mind if I go grab a picture of you, Daniel, on your Facebook? Okay, just a minute. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go do it and just kind of share like if something just calls to you and you're like, it speaks to you, there's a reason why. So let's go do this. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like this, but we're going to grab these other fonts that we chose, right? So if I was going to make it branded to you, so this is where I can go here. If I wanted to really recreate it, I can say like fire. You guys see how I'm doing this?
Ha! That's exactly what you use.
Yeah, I can. Exactly. I know because I'm a designer right now. I'm even going to use your new fonts we just came up with, right? So I'm going to add a heading, and I know it was Century Gothic, and I'm pretty sure I have that font in here. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to do the, and hopefully it's bold. Yep. The, make it all capital. And I literally size stuff because I figure that they've done some market research on this. And this is kind of like, there's that. And then I'm going to grab this. We're going to take this down. We're going to make this your color blue. Okay. Make this there. Because even though, yeah, he's matching the red of the thing, I like to have things branded to, let's see if it's going to make that bold for me. Yep. And then what would we give people? Like to, let's say, a highly profitable screen repair side hustle, something like that. That would be a great thing to give people. So we're going to make this smaller. I'm going to do it this way. We're going to make it like about the same size, but yours is a little bit different, and that's okay. And then we're going to go grab we're going to go to photos, and we're going to go to hot sauce. So we can grab like literally like something like this, right? Now we don't really want to use like, do you guys see how I'm doing this? You're like, Tiana is a genius. I'm like, I'm so glad you all finally realized this. You can grab one that doesn't have like this one might be better just because it doesn't have Tabasco on it, but also people would be like, what is that exactly? Also, I don't like the top of that thing. We all know why. Okay, so if I go like this, and then I could put your face on this, and then I could just go grab a picture that says like a tabletop. And then again, then I'm like, I'm creating everything. And now, now I have this thing that is like awesome. Let me go put this to the back. Don't worry, I'll give this to you. Like, I'm not going to make this for you, then like not give it to you. And we'll do this. We'll make this bold also. This needs to go to the back. Let me see. I don't know where the went. Where did my word the go? This is life sometimes. And sometimes it just happens. So I'm just going to retype the. Okay. And then do you see he had that blue thing like up there? It said register now. So I would say, I mean, this is clever. I'm into it. I need your face. I'm going to finish this out because I'm not going to like go this far. Are there any questions you have for me while I'm doing this? It's just like, Tiana, it's the best. I'm like, it's true. Okay, let's go here. Grace, what do you think? Grace will always talk with me and nobody else will. So
yeah, I love watching the branding session, so it's fun to watch for me.
Okay, let's go make this a little smaller. I mean, you could use your blue here, or we could just keep it red because of the hot sauce. And then let me go grab your picture. Oh my goodness, I'm just like going down a design like bunny trail. Let's go, let's do it. Okay, Daniel, I'm gonna go get your picture. Okay, let's go get Daniel's picture. I'm going to grab this one and I'm going to press right click, save image as. Daniel, this is why you gotta be careful. People can just take your stuff. Okay, we're gonna upload it. Now I'm gonna come over here. I'm going to edit this image. I'm going to take out the background remover. So when you say, I love the way Stu posts or whatever things you guys post, like I understand I'm a professional graphic designer, but literally like any of you can learn to do things even better. And now you are on this thing the way you liked, right? And it's awesome.
That is so funny.
Right? And then you could say
Wow.
to be like your thing, and we could just say, and I kind of want this closer together. I'm gonna do the line spacing closer. This is what you get. This is why I don't charge hourly, because you guys just got 20 years of experience. Okay, so sign up now, like, right? And then we're just coming and grabbing this and we're doing this, or you can say DM me now, and then all of a sudden, yeah, you've got this
Yeah.
awesome thing. Isn't this fantastic?
Wow, that was so that was so systematic. That was like, wow.
Very good.
Right? You guys, I feel like yours looks better. And then, I would even I think I'll put a little white label on it, because I think like your face, it could use a little like cute white label. Just a second. Because it's dark, because it's red on red, because you're wearing red, right? Well, this is not a shape that I want. This is why it pays to work with a professional. I know when I'm doing all this, this is why most people on calls don't do this stuff. But to me, I'm like, look, if I can really share with people like how they really can create really cool, fun things and be inspired by the people you're inspired by, and then make it your own. I feel like the other one looked better, but it's okay. We can do it like that, put you up in the middle. We'll figure it out. But I would say I'm taking that out. And there's that. And then I would still take really fast, just to share with you what we can do here. I'm going to take this. Let me show you this. This is the power of good branding, right? We're going to take that one. We're going to take this one. And then I'm going to create really fast. This. In my mind, I'm hearing, Tiana, you do too much. And I'm like, I don't think so. I think that I can't stop because I know how to do it. Okay, so now I'm going to export all these. I'll send these to you. And I mean, if you don't like it, we'll play with your fonts a little bit more later. We're going to use this is how you get all these things, right? So all these little transparent backgrounds, that's what you can also then, like, you should also be walking around town with your Screen Repair Business Academy with Daniel Bryan, like, you know what I mean? Like these are the elements you need to be doing. So I'm going to come over here really fast, because then I want to actually share with you how you can, like, let's see where Daniel's at. Let's see where it went. Any questions? Anybody? People are like, Tiana went down the thing. Okay, so here's all
No,
those.
this is great.
Is it good? Is it helpful?
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys can like relate it to your own stuff, right? So like what I would do if I was, I would create a duplicatable one. And I'm actually curious to see, this, oh, it didn't do the background. So again, let me just background move it. I forgot to do a transparent background because I was talking and I'm live. Okay, so real quick, I'll take the background out. Go ahead, Daniel. I can't hear you if you're talking.
I love knowing that you can remove backgrounds on here.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. Okay, so here's that color. So here's also, if we were going to make this thing really branded to your colors, right? If we're using these colors, check this out. So sometimes I'll like trial and error like what something should look like. So you could essentially take this out and we could say this is white, for example. I kept the other one because I like to A/B test stuff. But do you see, I mean, this is pretty cool too. So this is like, just like, okay, DM me now. But then this also has kind of the option that like, I mean, look at that branding. And this kind of marketing shows you're fun. You don't take yourself too serious. You put your face on a hot sauce container and you can do this with anything. So was this helpful for you, Daniel? So
Very.
If I went and audited, like that would be my best advice. Like I could go audit yours and I could say, hey, do this, but, and I will for 1 second, but like, really, I mean, you do a good job with this. This is fun that you're doing that. You're doing the gym. That's fantastic. These are your lifestyle, but what we need to have are those branded things, are those call to action things, which, I'm going to help you with even more, but that's the beginning part of doing that. And again, you guys can copy. If you see somebody's post and you really like the copywriting, don't copy verbatim anybody. It's illegal and it's not ethical, but you can copy a lot of it. You could say, you could do it like this. I hope you can say this. I hope that you will join me. I have been working on my process around it, and I am finally to the place where I am ready to share. Like this brand new training will help you reprogram the way you think about a side hustle. I have a proven 6-step system. Like essentially like you take what they're saying and you make it your own. Does that make sense? And I like
Yeah.
to just copy paste it. And then you can say, I'll explain more. I mean, a lot of these things aren't really like copyrightable sentences. Some are, don't do it, but like it's understanding copyright law as well, but we can use other people's posts as framework. Cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. That went deep dive into posting. And Daniel, I will send you all those images so you can have them. And I kind of like the logo we came up with and the color, actually. I think it's nice and poppin'. It's actually hard to sometimes find a color that also looks good on dark and white. So yeah. And also I saw one of my awesome other clients on here. Charles, you're also welcome. You can decline panelists, but if you have a coworker, I still have time. Does anybody else have a question about their business in general? Just let me know. I'm here to answer questions today. I said I would stay and do coaching, like treat you guys like my 7-figure club. Several of you are in my 7-figure club. So you get an extra day of coaching and I love it. I love getting to help you like think about things creatively, shorten the time frames that it actually takes. I love it so much. And I love putting your face on a hot sauce container. I love creative marketing. It's just exciting, right? It's like, hey, can I duplicate that? How can I make this my own? Like, it's really fun. And then, I will tell you guys like, hey, Charles, so good to see you. I will tell you that most of my sillier posts, especially like handstand posts or posts where I'm like jumping, do way better because the first job as a marketing person or just marketing your own business is to grab attention. And that's why it's fun to know that you can like take your face and put it on things. And I know that Sabri Sippy does a whole like poo-poo ad where he's like, this thing looks like shit, and he's like literally puts like people's face on the dog poo emoji. And at first I was like totally like, ew, Sabri, like you're like, but like, it's like, he's like, if that's what you think, then it's this. And it's like, you're engaged. You're like, okay. So, I mean, do it with your own ethics and whatever your morality is. But I mean, grabbing attention, rule 1, and especially I feel like we can be silly when we know what we're talking about. Like I know what I'm doing. So I'm just going to be myself. I like goofiness. I love humor. So if we can put that into our advertising and into our marketing, it does connect us with people because remember, any emotion you can get people to feel. Most people work on fear. I prefer hope, joy, and fun. And that's also good emotions, right? So to me, it's like, okay, that's fun. I prefer fun over crying. So it's up to you guys. But sometimes the tears of pain of really wanting to live your dream life and not be there. But instead, it's like, let's cast the vision and then let's figure out like, what do we have to do to get to our vision? Because if you don't, you're going to stay in the sad place, the coffin that most people live in, honestly, the box that we live in. And then we pull the other people who want to live in a coffin with us. But that's not us. That's none of you guys. All you guys are dreamers and doers. And that's who we want to surround ourselves with. So any questions about anything, funnels, marketing, money making, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Renee says, what is the best way to research our ideal client profile to best serve them and their issues, their problems, and their needs? Oh, that's a lot of work. Let's do it. Okay. So, okay, it depends. So since I know a little bit about what you do, are we going to talk about, it's easier for me if I actually have an example, Renee. So can we talk about, you said you want to help midlife women really start to put themselves first, live the life they've dreamed. They've been serving everybody else. Like, how do we get them? How do we talk to them? How do you appeal to them? Right? Okay. I talked about this a little bit on the 7-Figure Club coaching call last week, but, a really cool technique that I did learn also again from Sabri Sippy, my poo-poo marketing friend, is to go on Amazon. This is really brilliant. So I like to have an ongoing ICA. Okay, so there's a few things. Let me give you a few different things. Write it down. One, if you already have some clients, man, have a form. So we started with the 7-Figure Club we've started saying like at any time you have a question, even if you're one-to-one with me, could you please go fill it in the form? Because or we take it, like if a client one-to-one asks me and I'm like, hey, Grace, can you go put this in our form, our ongoing form of most frequently asked questions? Because when you start to hear what people's most frequently asked questions are, you can really create a program as well as marketing that's their language. And what you really want to do is use their language. It's like, for example, okay? And then I'll show you the other one, but let me go see if I can open up my job form. Let me open up my Gmail really quick. I'm not going to screen share. I'm going to read it. You want to talk to people with the words that they're using. Okay. So one sec, let me grab job form. Okay. So questions that people ask me very frequently. How do you add more emails to an email sequence? No, what's really funny. How do you add tags to your current email list? Okay. So I get these questions all the time, and it's funny because like, I really don't market myself as like an email marketer. Well, like, I don't think I do. I mean, I add it, but I'm not like, let's dive into ConvertKit and let's do this. But I'm getting these questions all the time. So what I do is I started creating videos in your guys' 7-figure club that help people with these things. And then I'm like, really, maybe I should offer like a workshop around this. So it's like, you start to think. So sometimes you think like, why are they asking me how they can like get more leads to their sales qualification funnel, which that definitely is a most frequently asked question. So for you, Renee, I would say like, you know, go and figure out what things are these 50-year-old, like, let's say it's 45 to 60-year-old women in that age range that like, what are they really struggling with? And since I work with a lot of women in that age range, I could say it, but I would first research what are they buying, where are they hanging out? So this is a part of the ICA, the Ideal Client Avatar, that I have you fill out. What are their favorite magazines? What are their favorite books? What are their favorite movies? Now we're going to go backwards and figure out why. Okay, so if then we go to, so a great place to go is Amazon reviews. So I will share my screen. Okay, let's go to Amazon. So Renee, for you, what's one of your favorite books? Shout out a couple of books that you love. I know everybody loves Brene Brown. So let me go to Brene Brown, but I would love to know, and you can unmute yourself and talk if you want. Okay, I would say it's going to be a lot. Where did it go? Okay, so you said, who did you say? Self-improvement. Okay, so Brene Brown, we're going to go here. A lot of people, this whole Daring Greatly, there's 99,000 reviews. There's 17,000 here, and there's 32,000 here. Let's go here. Let's go to this big old book with 32,000 almost 5-star reviews. What we're going to do is we're going to come to the reviews, and we need to look at words that these people are saying, because I'm going to guess for the most part they are in that age range and mostly women. Okay, so we want to look at that. So what you can do is, this is gold. Take some of this time. So when I talk about like your morning marketing time, yeah, you want to do your content creation, you want to do your posts, but you need to take time to like dig in, especially if you're in the beginning of something. Like, you know, Charles on here, he's been in business a long time and he knows probably, I could probably ask him, and if you care to share, Charles, you know, who are you serving? What are they wanting to buy? But sometimes even when we create a new product or a service in our business, we want to listen to what people are saying, what they're asking for. So let me just read really quick. Okay, this is a good one. In order to feel joy, you have to lean into uncomfortable feelings and not numb pain. I mean, right here, you could just start to take some copywriting from these things. That joy often will be accompanied by fear, because we fear we will lose. I mean, these are just freaking reviews, and there is copywriting up the wazoo right here. There are 33,000. So does this help you? That's one. We could go to a Tony Robbins book. So you want to figure out where are your people hanging out? What clothes are they wearing? And the reason is because they're going to talk a certain way. So then you want to figure out what is their pain points. And it's probably going to be similar to you a couple years ago. Typically, when we're coaches of people that are similar to us, it's like, how were we feeling 2 years ago? How were we feeling 5 years ago? And what did we do to get there? What resources did we use? But then when you talk about, hey, I'm reading this book, what do you guys think about it? That's surface level. If you come in here and you start, and then you can start to read, oh, people like this buy things like this. This is what is brilliant about online marketing nowadays. It's going to lead you down the flow of where they're at. Okay. Another great example is Reddit. You can search things that like more article-based forum things in Reddit as well. And so you could search things that people are talking about. So there's the deeper things that your clients are talking about, and then there's like the fun things that they're talking about. So I also like to do market research on, hey, what's your guys' favorite store? Right? And then just let people, what do you love there? Oh, hey, what's your favorite tennis shoe? I'm about to go back to the gym. Do you guys have a favorite shoe? And then you want to copy and paste all these answers and put it into your ICA. Does that help? So that's like, as far as like researching who they are, where they shop, and then you can go turn that into, here's what's really cool about it. So like on Pinterest, like I have a Pinterest board, and you have my ICA, my ideal client avatar worksheet, right, Renee? And
Yes.
okay, so when you go through it, you'll see at the end, I have a Pinterest board just for that. There's a branding one we do, and then there's one for ideal client avatar. I decided a long time ago that I really wanted people, like money was no object working with me. And of course, like we all budgets, even when people have more money, but like, I really wanted to be like, whatever Tiana is saying, I will pay it because she's the real deal. And I want to work with her and only her. Okay. So I also have belief systems around my ideal client avatars. And then what I did was I was like, you know what? I kept noticing, and it might've been one because I lived in California at the time, I would draw a lot of women from San Francisco. So I put like the Golden Gate Bridge on the image there. I put Paris on there. I even grabbed bank accounts of bank statements that said $1 million. I grabbed Athleta and Lululemon and Target and celebrities that they follow, like let's say Shalene Johnson, or like famous Sandra Bullock, favorite actresses that these women would like, right? Or even these men would like. I mean, men like Sandra Bullock's here. So we all do. So the thing is that you get all this then visually once you do this market research, and you can do it both ways. I'm very visual, but I also like the words are powerful. So what ends up happening is I end up talking to people who are attracted to very similar things, and we didn't even know each other before. Like, you know, even Charles on here, we found each other online, and he's like in Nashville. I spent a lot of my life in Nashville and had just gone to a thing in Nashville. And like Ben, who I just met through a research thing, he's in California, and he's into health and wellness and coaching. And then you, Renee, right? Like we didn't know each other, and I didn't even know what you looked like till recently because of your profile picture. And there's a lot in common with you emotionally, spiritually. So it's amazing how when you're tuned into what you love, who you are, but then also what are the problems that your ideal clients are facing, they're naturally attracted to you, and it's a beautiful flow. Was that helpful?
That was so good. Thank you so much. That was brilliant.
You're
Like all the
welcome.
resources, like how I never would have thought of Amazon reviews. Like
Yes.
that.
I
was-
know that's a good one. Reddit is good too. Yeah, it's just, it's exciting because we have Google's at our fingertips, and it's not just for like goofing off, like we really can dive in. I mean, anybody else remember the old libraries and like the card catalog and having to find encyclopedias? I mean, I am in that age range where I was doing that, and we're doing all this. And I mean, I'm just blown away by the internet. It's just so, and also let me show you one more thing before I take another question. If anybody has a question, is if you go to Google, this is also a really cool technique to use. You can search what people are searching. So let's say it's like, how do I restart my life at, I'm just going to say 50. Now look at, this is already coming up as a search. I don't know if you guys have seen these YouTubes. This has 52 million results. And what's also cool is you can come in here and get inspired by the kinds of things that are hits. Now, some of these are ads. You need to make sure it's not saying it's an ad. And then some of these are organic traffic. So let's say that we went here, how to start over at 50 and redesign your life. Okay, so then like also if you're finding a site that's called Retirely, that's also something, if you ever ran Facebook ads, you could search, like I've never heard of this company before, but they might have a following. You might go over it. This is part of that market research when Danny was asking me, you might go check out their Facebook page. Okay, who's liking their Facebook page? Maybe you add some of them as your friends to your network. That's another part of this. So this is a whole circle thing that like, if you've got the time to do it when you're just starting out, like you can really find anything. Then you can go see what are these links sharing with people and which one is the most popular. And maybe you can create a guide around that, again, without copying them, but like being inspired by like, oh, and then take your personal experience. Like, yeah, I used that. Why did you use that step to start over, right? A guide to creating your best life. So 50 million people are searching that right now. I'd say there's a niche for you, would you not? Okay.
Yeah, that was so good. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Any other questions? I'm just jamming and rocking. I've still got a little bit of time. So if you guys have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. Do-do-do-do. No questions here. Everybody's just like, we're just chilling. We're hanging with you, Tiana, and I'm happy to be hung with. Like, I'm like, let's do it. Charles, you've been traveling the world. Is this your home office or are you just somewhere else?
No, I'm at home.
Oh, nice. That's epic. I like it. What kind of plant is that behind you?
It wasn't orchid,
Yeah.
but as much as I travel, it didn't make it.
Or you gave up the ghost, but I like your library. That's cool. And your posters. That's awesome.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
should adjust my camera up. It has my best-selling books and other things.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so
That's
it's cool.
awesome.
My gangster poster back there with money,
Yes.
videos
With
I've
the
been in,
money?
stuff like that. So
I love it. So see, that's something I would be like, because you've been such a cool client. I know we haven't got to work together as much as we're going to, but you've been so respectful and awesome, and you travel the world too, and you give back to others. And we hadn't even known each other besides the internet. It's just exciting. What things inspire you? Like, what's one of your favorite books?
it's Jack Daly, Hyper Sales Growth. That
Okay.
guy reads it himself on the Audible, and he
Okay.
is just so full of energy. I've actually got to where I can text him on a one-to-one basis. Like, I've gotten to know him and had dinner with him several times. Actually took him to the Grand Ole Opry. He has a bucket list on the internet. It says, and one of the things was he wanted to go to the Grand Ole Opry. So I reached out to his handler and said, hey, I live in Nashville, and next time he's in town, and I took him to Grand Ole Opry. So it's amazing what you can learn about these people, and then Facebook groups is huge too, as far as finding people, Renee. Like, it's just, like me personally, Tiana was saying that I know my avatar. It's CPAs that need to meet the FTC deadline, which was December, got moved to June.
Nice.
And the reason that we kind of put the brakes on things is my attorney was like, stop, don't sell anything. You have to run it as a separate business. And so I've been busy creating the LLC, getting a new EIN number, getting new accounting, QuickBooks set up. Everything is different. And so, but literally I've done two webinars, two 2-hour webinars, and I did those to people that need CPE credits, which are CPAs. And so I'm reaching out to people, and like Tiana was on Canva yesterday, creating a webinar proposal. And I'm going to be sending that to several businesses that teach CPE credits for CPAs. And so instead of me filling a webinar, trying to fill the room with people, I'm using their systems and their advertising for me. So it's 100% free marketing, except for the time that I have to use, presenting the content. Yeah. So it's amazing. So I haven't just been sitting on my hands and traveling.
I never think like somebody like you is sitting on their hands traveling. I think there's always things going on in the background of our lives that then we get the moment to catch up and we see like, oh, okay, like, you're not where you're at on accident, and look at this brilliant creative thinking. And in fact, I think like traveling and living our dream life, it helps us to think differently and think faster and like really take opportunity when we're there. Do you know what I mean? I believe.
I do. Because like last week I posted the picture of me standing in the Tower of Pisa, right?
So
like that's cool, but yet you don't know that I spent 6 hours typing out Q&As for the webinar that I had to do on Tuesday after I got back. And I look like I have a black eye, and it's from the lack of sleep and travel. It's horrible. The big bags under my eyes, but it's just part of making things happen, and you have to live life and you have to enjoy life while you're pursuing these businesses and growing and getting new clients. So
I love that. And I appreciate you sharing that because it's the same thing. Like all my Paris pictures, I was hustling in Paris. Like I was doing at that time, it was my biggest launch. Then it was a $30,000 launch. I'd never had that for a course. It wasn't one-to-one
Mhm.
work. And I was like, also had promised the people I went to Paris, but I had promised them that I was going to deliver a whole module. So I was like in Paris in my hotel room, creating that first module, keeping my promises, then going out, taking selfies because I knew I wanted to promote myself ongoing from Paris. So I think like if anyone's catching what we're putting down, like we're trying to live our dream life. Same thing in Hawaii. I took a couple sales calls when I took my kids and my man there last year. Like sometimes as entrepreneurs, we still, even on vacation, we're still kind of doing some things. It's great when we could just be on total vacation. It's extremely rare. I don't know if I've ever done it fully. I've like almost done it like 2 days out of 10. But like it's still worth it, right? Because like we're still contributing to our business mission and the success of us and our team. And we're also having fun. And if you wait to do either, you'll always be waiting.
that's right. Always.
Do
So you
think-
always have to make time for fun,
Yes.
and you can use the time on the airplane, the time
Yes.
waiting for your hotel room to be available, sitting in a coffee shop in a foreign land.
Yeah.
Just use that time and absorb the experience and knock out some work while you're doing it.
Ah, that is so good. I love that. I know next week I'm flying to visit my kids in California because we do custody stuff and I fly. And I was like, oh, I have 2 group coaching calls. Like I can't move and I'm required for those. But I'm like, you know what, whatever. Like I get to go hike during the day and pick them up from school and go to soccer
Mhm.
practice. And I'm going to also get to serve my clients while like it is actually the blessing. And
Yeah.
so just like reframing it as well. So I love that you shared that. That was awesome. And Facebook groups, there's so much goodies right here. This is awesome. Well, do we have, Ben, do you have any questions? You're the only one on here and you haven't said it, and it's okay. I know he's typing and he's doing, I think he might be at work too. But check out Charles Henson, check out Ben Riviera, check out Renee Johnson, Daniel Bryan. We've got me and Grace Plata. And for anybody watching, and I'll take your question in a minute, Ben, if you're there. We have an amazing program and you've gotten to see some of our incredible clients, and some of you aren't clients yet or you're watching, and we would love to serve you. So just go to scalewithtiana.com, or you can just DM us, and we've got some scholarships for our 7-figure club group coaching. And we'd love to help you out, but you have to message us now. We have an incredible deal that's only good through later today and tomorrow tops, but you have to get on the books today. It's amazing. Ben, did you have a question or have anything you want to say before we jet today?
No, it was great watching you work, and just I'm glad I was able to be part of the whole thing. The last 2 days have been super crazy busy, so no, it's just been really good to see you do your thing, and it was just always a pleasure meeting both you and Eli this last week, and I'm excited to check more out of what you're doing.
Yay!
So I'm definitely gonna go to the site and see how that fits within my life right now, because it's
For sure.
kind of hectic right now because I'm moving into a new house, but
I
Yeah.
get it. I moved a couple times last year, but I've now been stabilized in this beautiful Texas home, and it's nice to have a home base and travel. So I'm so grateful for all of you coming, and thank you, Ben, so much. And Grace, any closing thoughts on our 7-figure club? My amazing community.
Sorry, Grace, I have a closing thought.
Yes.
You guys were watching Tiana talk about her building out her profile and all this stuff. The way I found her was I actually trolled ClickFunnels, the
Oh.
group, for about 2 weeks, and I loved everything that she was posting and the different content she was putting out. And that's when I contacted her, and she was like, "Can you go click on my form?" And I didn't follow the process I was supposed to, but she's exactly right. That's exactly how I came to her, is because of all of her postings and because of what she did and what she created. She stood out to me from all the other people, and that's the lesson that I've learned from her. And that's what I heard today, her telling you guys you need to do is just stand out and be different.
I love that. That was so gracious of you. Thank you, Charles.
Sure. Sorry,
And-
Grace.
Oh, you're fine. No, I'm gonna piggyback on that. I love that you just said that though. Facebook groups and holding yourself online, like you really have to treat it like 1 million people are watching you. Like you're already the celebrity coach or business owner, and not from a fact of like fame. Some people are like, why don't, well, the truth though is this, like with higher lists, you have more income and you have more impact. And those are the things that everybody who really is a good-hearted person should want, because we can change the world for the better. We can make more money, we can have more impact, and then we can combine with other like-minded, like Charles talked about. This guy, I'm going to go check him out. And I love that you said his bucket list is online. John David, Hyper Sales Bro. Is that what you
Jack
said?
Daly.
Zach David?
Jack Daly, Daly.
I got it totally wrong. Jet Daily.
Yep.
Thank you.
Jack Daly.
Okay, so
sure.
Jet Daily, and you know what I love about what you also said is you did something so wise, and I know you got it going on, you've been in business, but he appealed to a mentor of him that he really respected by offering something of value. He saw the man's bucket list. He said, I can take him to the Grand Ole Opry. I'm in Nashville, and now he's on his radar, and not as a fan or somebody he wants a selfie with, but as an equal and as somebody that they can exchange information. And that is, you can buy your way to the top in an ethical way, because the truth is, if somebody has something that you want, then they deserve to be bought into. And then you're elevating yourself again, not as like, oh, can I have a picture with you? But like, as like, let me show you how I can give you value. That's on your bucket list. I can do that for you. I love that. That was such a great lesson, Charles.
Yeah. And the other last piece, and I'll let everybody go, but the last piece is when I did meet with Tiana, it wasn't a question of, well, let me shop her compared to 3 other people. Literally, you may remember I was sitting in my daughter's my daughter's driveway, and we're talking on the phone, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready to sign this. She told me her price. I didn't bat an eye. I said, okay, just send me the form. I paid the payment, and off we went.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to that, building out your brand and being online and having that same reflection through all of your postings.
Yes, I love that. And I love that you did that with me. And I mean, that's what makes you an ideal client for me. And also that's how I treat people when I hire people. I don't do the whole shop around. Like if I'm looking for something, it's like, I know when I know, and I'm like, well, whatever it is. And I'm not going to try to ask for a discount or do that with other people. Hence why I attract people who don't do that to me, right? You attract what you are. And so I know, like Charles, when you're attracting people, they're going to respect you. And I already have you on my radar if I need anything in that. And even when I'm thinking of people, I'm going to send them your way. Like, surround yourself with excellence, be excellent, and just really hold yourself to the level. I think the fear sometimes is when the people are starting out more. Really though, the branding, talk about what you know about, learn more things so you can talk about more things, and be present. And then the right people will find you if you're being consistent in your marketing and in your connecting. It just works. It just works. Yeah. So thank you, Grace. Go ahead. Lovely. And then we'll close it out in a minute.
I was just going to piggyback off of the piggyback and say, Tiana really does practice what she preaches. She never asks anybody to do something that she's not willing to do herself. And everything she's talking about isn't theory. It's things that she's worked out for however long you've been in business. I won't age you, but you
No,
have
it's fine. It's over
experience.
20 years. I started as a teenager.
Absolutely. But no, you have the experience, you have the testimonials, you have the results, and it's so amazing to sit back and hear all of you on the Zoom, and I see the chats going on Facebook of people saying just this works. I don't know, it's so fun to see. I've loved this challenge. I've loved the boot camp. I've loved the past boot camps, but there was something special about this one of hearing individual voices, individual stories. So I just thank you all so much for joining us. It's been incredible.
Yeah, thank you so much. And Grace, you're just amazing too. And I feel so blessed by our team. Darla hasn't been on these calls. She's in the Philippines. She's our custom, behind the scenes funnel builder as well. And she really stayed up. We have a beautiful new checkout page for any of you who want to see it and get on board. And we're here for you. And thank you, Charles and Ben and Renee specifically for staying longer, and everyone online. So we will be back. I'm going to do a pop-up surprise thing tomorrow. I'm actually not sure what it is yet. It's going to come to me. I just know I'm going to do it. And thank you all for being here, for just being incredible. Please connect with one another, grow that network, grow your net worth, and we will be in touch soon. Thank you, everybody. Adios, amigos. Bye.